The air hung heavy with the stench of bleach and the metallic tang of blood. September 30, 2009, Monrovia, California, a 911 call, a frantic voice, a life extinguished. Paramedics rushed into the apartment, a whirlwind of flashing lights and urgent whispers. The scene that greeted them was chilling. A young woman lay sprawled on the bathroom floor, her naked body a canvas of unimaginable brutality. Bruises, cuts, abrasions. Over 300 of them. Her name was Felicia Tang. Felicia's lifeless eyes stared into the abyss, a haunting testament to a life cut tragically short. The apartment, a supposed sanctuary, was now a macabre tableau of violence. Blood splattered on the walls, a gruesome Jackson Pollock of despair. A clump of hair clung to the floor, ripped from a scalp in a moment of sheer terror. The air crackled with unanswered questions. What happened to Felicia Tang? The man who made the 911 call stood nearby, his face a mask of feigned concern. Brian Randone, Felicia's boyfriend, a former pastor, a contestant on The Sexiest Bachelor in America. His story, a tragic accident, a night of passion gone horribly wrong, but the evidence whispered a different tale. A tale of rage, of control, of a life brutally extinguished. The investigation began, a desperate search for answers in the labyrinth of violence that was Felicia's final moments. Every bruise, every drop of blood, a piece of the puzzle. A puzzle that painted a picture far more sinister than the story Randone was selling. Felicia Lee. Born in the bustling heart of Singapore, she yearned for the bright lights and boundless opportunities of America. At 13, her dreams took flight, carrying her across continents to a new life in the United States. She blossomed under the California sun, transforming into Felicia Tang, a captivating beauty with a spirit as radiant as her smile. Modeling beckoned, her exotic looks gracing magazine covers and billboards. She dipped her toes into the glittering waters of Hollywood, landing roles in blockbusters like Rush Hour 2 and The Fast and the Furious. But the allure of fame proved fleeting. She found herself drawn to the adult film industry, a world of shadows and secrets where she quickly rose to prominence. Behind the glamorous facade, Felicia remained a woman of depth and complexity. She craved love, stability, a life beyond the camera's gaze. In 2008, she took a leap of faith, leaving the adult film industry behind to pursue a career in real estate. It was a fresh start, a chance to rewrite her story. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. April 2009. Las Vegas pulsed with its seductive energy, a city of neon lights and fleeting connections. It was here that Felicia's path collided with Brian Randone's. He was charming, charismatic, a former pastor with a disarming smile. Felicia, vulnerable and yearning for affection, fell under his spell. Their whirlwind romance swept her off her feet. Within weeks, she moved into his Monrovia apartment, her heart filled with hopes of a future with the man she believed was her soulmate. But behind Randone's carefully constructed facade lurked a darkness, a possessiveness that bordered on obsession, a volatility that simmered beneath the surface. The night of September 29, 2009, began like any other. At least that's what Randone claimed. An argument erupted, fueled by jealousy and unspoken resentments. He spoke of GHB, a drug they both used recreationally. Felicia, he said, had consumed a large quantity, her behavior becoming increasingly erratic. What followed was a blur of violence and chaos, a struggle. Her injuries, he insisted, were self-inflicted, a desperate attempt to escape the clutches of a drug-induced frenzy. The courtroom buzzed with anticipation, a maelstrom of cameras and microphones hungry for every detail of the preacher and porn star case. The prosecution laid out their case, a damning indictment of Randone's brutality. They pointed to the sheer savagery of Felicia's injuries, the blood-soaked apartment, the inconsistencies in Randone's story. The defense countered with a narrative of tragic misadventure. GHB, they argued, was the true culprit. Expert witnesses testified to the drug's unpredictable effects, its ability to induce paranoia, agitation, and even self-harm. They painted Felicia as a troubled soul, her demons driving her to a tragic end. The jury listened intently, their faces etched with the weight of their responsibility. Days turned into weeks as the evidence mounted. The prosecution presented a compelling case, but the defense had planted seeds of doubt. Was Felicia's death a brutal murder or a tragic consequence of her own demons? On December 9, 2011, the verdict echoed through the courtroom. Not guilty. Gasps erupted from the gallery, a mixture of shock and disbelief. Brian Randone, the man who claimed to love Felicia, walked free. The verdict divided the nation. Was justice served, or had a killer escaped accountability? Felicia's voice, silenced forever, could no longer speak her truth. Her death, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface, even in the hearts of those who claim to love us.